encore les coachs. Alors, je connais ce tour de cœur. Mission. Création communauté. En ligne. MA. Promotion et la boutique. Là, je peux faire quoi? Disposition, match mon joueur, mais commencer la carrière, faire continue le mode univers, création de ou télécharger des vidéos. Je vais voir ce qu'il y a. Là, il y a quoi? Kane, Piccolo, Bourg Nord, Nanterre, voilà. Mais si je trouve, tu vas me dire que je vois que je t'envie de me choquer pour en débloquer plus. Tu peux les voir, mais tu peux pas les prendre. C'est clairement rien. Merci de me choquer. Moi, je la pose 100. Putain. Approximativement 100. Mais là, on fait plus loin. Là, il y a quoi? Mais il a dit, Deadman c'est un Undertaker et en plus on peut l'avoir. Comment con les mecs qui sont téléchargés ça? Prends mon mec. Prends ma voiture. Si je veux, je prends lui. Et je m'en désolé juste avant. Les comptes, on peut les prendre. Tu sais que je vais prendre les choqués. Je vais avoir la confiance. On retrouve Daniel Bryan.
I've never had it easy in WWE. I've had injuries. I was released twice, and just when I had scratched and clawed my way to the top, my in-ring career was over. I could have sat at home, satisfied with what I accomplished, but I decided that's not how I wanted my story to end. I wanted to show myself, my family, and anyone who's gone through adversity in life that you need to take on whatever challenges you face and fight for your dreams.
Plus Daniel Bryan. Là c'est Kane. La Big Show. Là, oh putain, ça va trop vite, je peux pas dire. Putain, vraiment, t'es fort. Shane McKinnon. À côté de Daniel Bryan. Nico, c'est... Ah ouais, même Shane McKinnon en fait, il est carrément de son côté. Mais en fait, oui, ils ont fait un match comme on a gagné, ils jouent fair play. Alors, Bryan Danielson... C'est Daniel Bryan, un peu comme ça, contre John Cena. C'était un Velocity, février 2003.
Right after I graduated high school, I moved from Washington down to Texas to train at Shawn Michaels School. It wasn't too long after that I was signed by WWE. When I first got signed by WWE in 2000, I had no idea really what to expect. Most of the guys on TV had been wrestling for years and years, and at that point I'd only been wrestling for 6 months. Since I was still really new to all this, I was sent to hone my craft at WWE's developmental territory, which at the time was in Memphis. Luckily, William Regal was a trainer there, and he helped me out a lot. So with the WWE contract and Hall of Fame trainers, Bryan Danielson was on the fast track to success, right? No, not quite. I was released in 2001, the first time I was released by WWE. It was really hard, actually, because I really didn't know what to do. William Regal told me this is a chance to learn. This is a chance to go travel the world, find who you are as a wrestler, and find who you are as a person. So I went back to the Indies and toured in Japan. But soon after that, in 2003, Bryan Danielson made his triumphant return to WWE. Well, sort of. Bryan Danielson from Aberdeen, Washington. I returned for some one-off matches on WWE's weekend shows. Sunday Night Heat and Velocity. Unlike this team, look at that. Nice monkey flip. Well, you know, this Bryan Danielson is a very accomplished young man. We've seen him in the past, and he's very, very good. I didn't really have a goal other than it was good exposure on TV. And one of these matches happened to be against a young up-and-comer named John Cena. Surely this would be my big break, right?
Voilà, enfin, je pense pas ce que tu tuer un taxi de payer une prise de boue sur la place de Nissan. Vite, tu vois. Puis, tu lancer. Puis maintenir. Voilà, je mettrai un petit peu quoi. Attends, on doit maintenir? Appuyer, ok. C'est impossible à contrôler. Ça va putain de longtemps.
Back in control of Cena, right back to the arm.
Great strategy, weaken the powerful Cena by taking away one of his arms.
Bryan sticking to his wheelhouse, not taking any unnecessary risks here against John Cena.
Oh, just looking to control and neutralize the bigger man. Cena, though, back to his feet, and Bryan continues to work on the arm. But now Cena, test of strength, and you don't want to get into a power battle with John.
Absolutely not. Cover here.
And a kick out. And again, Cena powering Danielson down.
Oh, look at this incredible core strength by Danielson.
Cena cannot believe that he can't get Danielson's shoulders on the mat. Gonna try it again, and Danielson able to reverse. And sends Cena flying. Incredible sequence.
Oh, man, Cena just took Danielson's head off.
As we say, sometimes there's no replacement for brute force.
He might have it. Look at Bryan. He's not going to go quietly.
No superstar worth his salt ever does.
What a strike.
Harsh impact.
What a strike. What a stomp.
Good grief.
Dragon suplex.
Oh, the old European uppercut. What a strike. Oh, to the arm. Terrible. Uh-oh.
Attends. Couché sur le dos.
This Bryan Danielson guy looks a little nerdy, but apparently he's got a pretty impressive pedigree. Where'd he come from?
Cole, Bryan Danielson began his training with a former WWE champion, Monday Night Raw's own Shawn Michaels. Before his big comeback, HBK actually started a wrestling school, and we're seeing one of its graduates. John Cena's been on a roll lately. Ever since he started spitting rhymes back in October, he started to rile up all...
He's got him covered.
John Cena is the very prototype of a WWE superstar. He's got the physique and athleticism of a future WWE champion.
I completely agree, Byron. We've already seen him beat some main event talent like Chris Jericho and Rikishi in singles action. Corey mentioned Bryan Danielson training with Shawn Michaels, and I see some of that high-flying pedigree. This kid doesn't strike me as a main... The two of you mentioned Cena's new trash-talking raps. He has so much to work with this nerd Bryan Danielson. I can't believe he didn't have a jam ready today. He fights his way free.
But how much energy did he exhaust fighting his way out?
Lightning fast reflexes.
Il voulait pas faire ça.
And he connects.
There's no reason to lose your footing on a move like that. Come on, toughen up.
Allez, viens là.
What a clothesline! Ouch! Here we go. Shot incredible impact.
This one is over. Well, Bryan, can he do it here? Oh boy, he is rolling.
Guys, are we about to see a scrawny nerd beat John Cena here on Velocity?
It's ruthless aggression's revenge, Michael. I love it.
Shoulders on the mat. 1, 2. He gets the shoulder up before 3. Wow. If you're Bryan Danielson, what do you do at this point as he whips Cena across the ring?
Oh, Cena gets up a boot just in time.
And now John Cena looking to take over. Looking up, put Bryan Danielson where he wants him. And here's the cover. And he got him. Cena with the win over Bryan Danielson.
Here's your winner.
Valiant effort by Danielson, but Cena was just too much tonight.
A hard-fought victory tonight for Cena. Gotta be impressed with Cena tonight.
Je vais essayer de le faire. Comme là, j'ai John Cena 2003 et j'ai la Ring of City.
guys would have parlayed competitive matches on Heat and Velocity into being signed full-time to WWE. But that's not how things turned out. It's like my wife Bree likes to say. If anything was easy for me, I wouldn't be Daniel Bryan. But before I could become Daniel Bryan, I was Bryan Danielson. And as Bryan Danielson, I went on quite the run through the Indies. Over the course of 7 years, I won my first world championship and had some amazing matches against guys that went on to become major WWE superstars. Guys like Seth Rollins, Cesaro, all sorts of guys all over the place. A lot of hardcore. I credit these matches and opponents for helping me build the foundation I would later need to make it as a WWE superstar. Fans on the indie scene weren't the only ones who took notice, because in 2010, WWE re-signed me and Daniel Bryan was officially born. My name is Daniel Bryan. I've been wrestling all over the world, and finally, I have an opportunity here in the WWE. Although much like childbirth, as I've heard from my wife, this was also a somewhat painful experience. I came back as part of NXT, which wasn't like the NXT that you know and love today. At the time, NXT was a reality show with rookies and pro mentors. Unfortunately, my pro was The Miz. People say
du coup là on va se combattre contre The Miz. J'espère que dans ces cinématique ça va faire gagner parce que d'avant j'ai perdu. Normal. Ah non, j'ai pas combattu contre lui. Bon, il est juste en train de... On va terminer.
I think the most ridiculous thing we had to do in NXT was the obstacle course. Okay, so you're gonna do the monkey bars. Then we go in the ring and juggle. Then you're gonna see how fast you can drink soda. Side note, it was actually supposed to be a hot dog eating contest. When they realized I was vegan and they didn't have any vegan hot dogs, they turned it into a soda drinking contest. I didn't know vegans could drink soda. Not drink at all. I hadn't drank any soda in years. Think, watching that on TV, a grown man just drinking soda from a cup. That's it. Despite that, I did have the tremendous opportunity to show the WWE Universe what I was capable of when I got to face the World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho. I loved watching Chris Jericho from the time I was in high school, the stuff that he did in WCW, being able to go against the World Champion on NXT on the first show. Win, lose, or draw, that elevates you, and I was very thankful for that opportunity.
We're on the inaugural episode of NXT. The World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho taking on the Miz's rookie, Daniel Bryan.
I've been looking forward to this main event. WrestleMania is on the horizon, but tonight is a WrestleMania of sorts for all the NXT rookies.
Well, Daniel Bryan was excited earlier in the night to be out on the biggest stage of his life, but that was before he knew he was going to face the World Heavyweight Champion. He's going to have to learn to take Miz's advice if he wants to survive here.
Boom! Emotions have been running high all night, guys. Daniel Bryan has to put everything that happened earlier in the rearview mirror and focus on Chris Jericho.
I've got to say, I'm surprised to see Bryan actually testing the champion here a bit. It must be the inspiration from The Miz that's propelling this offense. This must be it. Oh, my. Irish whip. Caught with the elbow.
Right on the jaw.
With this being the first night of NXT, the whole purpose of this show is to find the next breakout star, the next main eventer. In my mind, in my estimation, Daniel Bryan did not start off on the right foot.
No, he didn't, but I love this whole concept, Cole. It's trial by fire. We have the opportunity to get some real insight insight into the personality, or lack thereof, of 8 NXT rookies looking to achieve a WWE dream.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Hey, Daniel Bryan's looked all right at times in this match. I mean, he's been showing us why he's a world renowned for his ground and pound attack.
World renowned? What are you talking about? What world? Now that got those shoulders on the mat.
And Jericho kicks out.
Nope. To beat the Ayatollah of rock and roll up, that's not going to do it.
Beautiful. His shoulders are down. Easily kicks out of that one.
That's why Bryan's considered a wrestling genius out there. Despite all of his actions from earlier tonight,
there's no way that Jericho's going to lose to this guy.
Yeah, but the way this match is going, it's a real possibility.
Jericho, though, needs a breather, and he rolls out of the ring to try to do that.
Wise maneuver from a wily veteran.
I'm not sure Jericho's going to get much rest time.
What's this guy doing? Daniel Bryan, suicide dive right off the announce desk.
Looks like Bryan might have bounced off the announce desk himself.
I don't think Miz liked the fact that Bryan threw his body in harm's way, and I can't say I blame him. What's this guy thinking?
Trop habillé. Oh non, mais il me casse la tête. Hop là. On va faire comme on peut, hein, apparemment.
He wants no part of the outside. And the referee starts his 10 count. Guys, you're getting ahead of yourself. Some sort of miracle. See, I told you.
Oh, boy.
This one's over now. Roll him into the walls of Jericho. Tap him out, Chris.
Bryan's trying to fight it.
Rolls through. What a counter by the technician, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, wow.
Heel hook is in.
Jericho's in trouble.
Jericho tried it. Is he going to tap? Is he going to tap?
He may have no choice.
He made it to the bottom rope.
You've got to be impressed, Michael, for what we're seeing from Daniel Bryan.
Did he win yet, Byron?
Daniel Bryan thinks he...
Oh, breaker!
You can't allow a veteran like Jericho any time to recover.
You're right, Corey. That was a rookie move. And now he's going to pay for it, Byron.
That very well may be the case, Michael.
This loser's going to lose again. Lion Tamer.
Can Bryan hold on?
Tap out, nerd.
You got your wish, Cole. Daniel Bryan fought valiantly, but just couldn't hang with the champ.
Yeah, this time, experience was just too much for Daniel Bryan.
And listen, Miz has got to be so disappointed, and I don't blame him. Luck of the draw, Miz got this loser to be his protege, and now Miz a little bit of tough love here.
Whoa, tough love? Give me a break.
Tough love.
This is ridiculous.
Miz is obviously frustrated with his star pupil.
Oh, yeah, so you're frustrated, so that's okay. Now you can beat him up?
Yeah, start winning some matches, then he won't get beat up anymore.
Ridiculous.
What disrespect me? Huh? I'm a champion.
Miz has lost his mind.
Lying on his back, looking at the lights again.
Et l'arrêt NXT. Waouh, quand même. Il est venu comme ça, il a tapé, je pense qu'il a pas gagné.
You would think a high-profile match with the World Heavyweight Champion would solidify my status in WWE, right? Nope. Just a few months later, I was released. For those of you keeping track at home, this was the second time I was released by WWE. I thought this time I might be done with WWE for good. But not long after my release, I returned at SummerSlam.
Ok, c'est pour SummerSlam.
WWE called me. They said, hey, if you want to come back, that's for the main event of SummerSlam. Main eventing SummerSlam, it's just super cool. Old school pay-per-views still holds special meaning. SummerSlam. My strained relationship with The Miz picked up right where it left off.
Let me tell you something. I'm the pro. I am the talent.
The Miz is almost a perfect adversary for me because we are so polar opposites. The one thing I do respect about Miz, he works very, very hard. You and me, U.S. Championship match. Yes or no? Yes. We had our first match against each other at Night of Champions 2010 for the United States title.
The Miz and Daniel Bryan have been polar opposites throughout their careers, making for a fierce rivalry. But the weird part is that the indie darling Daniel Bryan began in WWE as a protege of reality star The Miz on NXT.
Miz and Daniel Bryan were teammates in name only. You know, some NXT pairings, like myself and Dolph Ziggler, had excellent pro-rookie relationships. Miz and Bryan, however, hated each other from the very start.
I can't believe that Daniel Bryan even has a championship match here tonight. He basically quit NXT, becoming the first person eliminated. He is nothing more than a loser, like you, Saxton.
Well, I agree with the end there, Cole, but the elimination may have been a blessing in disguise. While the rest of the NXT performers formed the Nexus, Daniel Bryan stood against their injustices in the main event of SummerSlam.
We discussed Daniel Bryan's last place finish on NXT back when he was on that show. Boy, am I glad he didn't win. Can you imagine this nerd in the main event WWE Championship match tonight the NXT winner earned?
I can easily imagine it. Despite your thoughts, I believe that Daniel Bryan has many more main events in his future.
Every title's on the line here tonight at Night of Champions. The Miz is no stranger to championships. At one point, he held the U.S. title and the Tag Team Championship simultaneously. And that briefcase is a near guaranteed WWE Championship win.
Okay, Michael, I know where you're going to go with this. I know what you're trying to lead to. Yes, Daniel Bryan hasn't won a title here yet, but he's only been on the roster for 8 months. Give him time.
He's looking at it.
The two of you discussed Miz's longer title reign resume than Daniel Bryan, but I have to point out that Daniel Bryan just did something.
He fights his way free.
But how much energy did he exhaust fighting his way out?
Ooh, what impact.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. The majority of the WWE Universe here tonight is trying to will
We got a couple. Pen broken up easily.
Clearly not enough damage done. This looks to be a barn burner, gentlemen. These two guys hate each other.
Corey, come on. The Miz is WWE's fastest rising star, and Daniel Bryan is a nerdy vegan. Bryan's got no chance here tonight.
Daniel Bryan looking to attack from high. Can you say Daniel Bryan's a social loser and that he's the biggest nerd you've ever seen? I guess you don't have any mirrors in your house, do you?
Michael may have ragged on Daniel Bryan's diet, but that quote-unquote nerdy vegan is WWE's most effective.
And a quick kick out from The Miz.
Too early for that.
Here he goes. No, he lets him out.
Yeah, I think he knew he wasn't going to get the submission there.
Ooh!
Nailed it.
Boom, what impact.
I don't know why anyone's surprised that The Miz and Daniel Bryan's relationship has come to this. The Miz can never keep an eye on his side.
Ain't that the truth?
What happens if The Miz comes up short here tonight against Daniel Bryan?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, has it, Byron?
Could be on the verge of occurring. Daniel Bryan from the top rope. Miz is in trouble.
Yeah, but look at The Miz fight back. What a warrior.
Great wherewithal from The Miz. Daniel Bryan hung out to dry. Boom!
Oh, no!
Just like that, The Miz has turned the tides in this matchup.
This is what I'm talking about. Shoulders down, championship on the line. Kicks out.
Not yet, too early. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
He's looking at it.
Oh, that might have just broken something. But I don't know how much gas he has left, guys.
Daniel Bryan really needs to dig down deep and fast.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around. Oh, nasty impact.
You gotta believe this one's over.
He goes down hard.
Yeah, he's not looking very good at this point, Cole.
Nice takedown of Daniel. Hey.
The yes lock is applied. Will his opponent tap?
Oh man, the champ looks absolutely out of it right now. He did it! Daniel Bryan is U.S. champion!
No, it can't be. Let's take another look at these guys in action.
Look at him go. I really enjoyed every minute of this.
Here is your winner, and the new United States Champion, Daniel Bryan.
That was a fluke. The Miz slipped, and Daniel Bryan somehow took advantage.
A long road for Daniel Bryan leads to the United States.
Du coup, j'ai deux managers, The Miz et The Miz. Ouais, j'ai tout eu. Voilà, j'ai tout eu. C'est cool. Du premier coup, j'ai tout eu. Là, c'est Night of Champion. Non, là, Velocity NXT, no, Night of Champion. Par la ceinture, la team. Regarde la différence. Allez. Ça sera en incarnant Daniel Bryan.
After I defeated The Miz, my WWE career really started to take off. I won the Money in the Bank briefcase and then cashed it in to beat The Big Show for my first World Heavyweight Championship. Can you believe it? Daniel Bryan is the new World Heavyweight Champion! But for every step forward, it seemed like I took 2 steps back. One was pretty big.
En fait, les commentateurs, ils font que du te trash, quoi. En fait, ils te forcent. Ils disent que du mal sur toi. En fait, je crois que c'est une méthode. C'est à la WWE, ils te disent de faire comme ça, peut-être pour forcer les catcheurs à être meilleurs et à les convaincre, quoi. Après, John Cena, ils sont plus gentils que The Rock. Avec lui, il dit le vétéran et tout. Pour le forcer. Peut-être pour ici. Oh, Kane!
I formed an unlikely partnership with Kane. Shut your mouth. Right. Nothing without the world's toughest vegan. Kane is one of my favorites.
Ah, il dit no. Il dit yes. No. Yes. Enfin, en gros, c'est... Ils s'aiment pas. Ils s'aiment pas, quoi. Ah, voilà, maintenant, ils s'aiment bien. Peut-être là, ils vont devoir les battre. Avant, ils s'aimaient pas et maintenant, ils s'aiment bien.
We're in Boston in a building where many great champions have been crowned, and right now, the tag team titles are on the line. The champions, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth against the unlikely team of Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Talk about an odd couple, Michael. With everything we've seen from Bryan and Kane in the past few weeks, I gotta wonder if Dr. Shelby's anger management therapy can turn these two into a cohesive unit.
What do you know about therapists, Saxton? They've been thrusted into this position while the champions have been centered around their teamwork for the past 5 months. Kane and Bryan only have anger management in common. I wouldn't call that a building block towards tag team titles.
what impact.
Oh!
Kane has held 11 tag team titles in his career.
Yeah, there's a chance for 12, but Daniel Bryan's going to have to help.
He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
He misses the dive.
And unfortunately for him, there was no water in the pool. Nailed it. Leading up to this match, a lot of praise was thrown on Kofi and R-Truth. Kofi being a 3-time Intercontinental Champion and both having time as United States Champion. Well, Daniel Bryan has his accolades as well.
Of course, Daniel Bryan won the United States Championship at the same pay-per-view 2 years ago against The Miz. He also went on to win a Money in the Bank and become a World Heavyweight Champion.
Bringing up Daniel Bryan's time as World Heavyweight Champion, he did lose that title in only 18 seconds to Sheamus at WrestleMania.
Why? Why do you have to go and bring that up, Saxton? You know Daniel's in a fragile state right now, and you bring up a moment where he was caught off guard and hit by a now outlawed Brogue Kick.
Caught him with a big boot.
On the mark. So, Michael, let me ask you, did Daniel Bryan's anger management issues begin way back in April at WrestleMania, when Bryan, who was World Heavyweight Champion at the time, lost his title to Sheamus in a record 18 seconds? It's been haunting Daniel Bryan for months.
Yes, it did. Listen, Daniel Bryan confessed that WrestleMania was the most embarrassing moment of his whole life, and that's including the time his fiancée left him at the altar. Come to think of it, that was this year, too. I can't blame Daniel for feeling some stress. What a strike.
Can we address R-Truth and Little Jimmy, please? If anyone needs Dr. Shelby, it's R-Truth. The guy's seeing things. He's holding ropes to let an imaginary person into the ring. Forget Daniel Bryan and Kane. Someone please help R-Truth.
I think R-Truth is doing just fine. This week, WWE.com had a pictorial about Little Jimmy's family. Portraits like Little Jimmy and a birthday party hat. Pretty fabulous.
Cole, I was reaching out to get R-Truth help for his imaginary delusion, but you're here enabling self-destructive behavior. We know what having imaginary friends well into adulthood can do to a person. We've seen what it's done to Saxton.
Well, I would have to refute that, okay? I'm a well-adjusted adult gentleman with many real-world friends, too. Thank you very much.
Clothesline!
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
You know, Byron, Kane and Daniel Bryan almost accidentally stumbled into this title opportunity when they defeated the prime-time players on last week's Raw.
I can tell you it was no accident when Kane delivered a hateful choke slam on Bryan. It just so happened that Daniel landed on their opponent long enough to gain the pinfall. I can't foresee that being the outcome against the champions, though.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
R-Truth is speaking truth to power right now.
Comes in off the tag. Shoulder tackle. Almost there. And he tags his partner in.
Momentum has certainly shifted here, Michael.
You know, I have to say, I have seen some progress in Kane and Daniel Bryan's anger management. I don't think they are all the way there, but there's been definite progress.
I see it too, Michael. We don't see Daniel screaming in the face of fans anymore. He's keeping his composure pretty well. And Kane, well, Kane is still Kane. There is some deep-rooted trouble within that monster. In comparing Daniel Bryan and Kane's progress in therapy, I think there are two different cases. Bryan had an emotional breakdown brought on by the WWE Universe, whereas Kane has just been sick and demented since birth.
Well, one of those things for sure. They're both off the rocker in my estimation.
Great job, Dr. Cole.
Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Drop kick.
Oh, right in the back.
I need to say, guys, if Daniel Bryan and Kane can work together and win here tonight, Dr. Shelby deserves a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, Cole, but I have it on good authority that Dr. Shelby isn't even a certified therapist. My sources on the health board say he dropped out of medical school to visit Tibet on some kind of spiritual excursion. The guy's a fraud.
Daniel Bryan has so much on his mind right now. He was ballistic at a WWE.com interview. The problem is Daniel Bryan, he's a great competitor, but this crowd constantly distracts him. How can anybody do their work when this is going on?
Well, it's absolutely unfair. Bryan has to keep his anger in check while hearing the WWE Universe mock him.
He might have it.
Kofi once again rising to the occasion.
We touched on how much is going through Daniel Bryan's head right now. Again, this all started when Daniel Bryan thought the fans were embracing him. And then when he realized they were actually humiliating him by repeating his yes chant, Daniel Bryan just snapped.
That's one of the reasons he seemingly has gone off the deep end as of late. And as a result, the Raw general manager forced Daniel Bryan to attend anger management therapy. Here comes Michael. That's what's up.
That's called making a statement, Cole. The win is within grasp for our truth. Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
Guys, when the WWE Universe has the power on Monday Night Raw, they can be really nutty. Case in point, a few weeks ago, the WWE Universe voted on social media to have Daniel Bryan and Kane hug it out. You could do it here. Digging deep for a kick out.
Not yet.
What a stomp.
Good grief. Kofi Kingston is obviously showing concern.
Pourquoi on fait comment pour lui pousser la tête? Façon trop de terre.
Our truth, as any good tag team partner would.
We haven't really been seeing that kind of concern for a partner between Kane and Bryan, however.
What a strike. Right on the mark. As I expected, a team working together can have a chance against Kane.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole. Oh, what a boot.
Oh, boy, he is rolling. Oh, man, what a leg drop. Ooh, that kick could be a game changer. Leg drop.
And Kane manages to reverse out of that one. These athletes seem to have tried everything in their playbook. Oh, there's more in their arsenal, I promise you that. I don't know what it is, but they'll find it.
Power slam.
Good night.
And no luck against Kane there.
Caught him with a big boot.
On the mark. Man, a little extra luster behind that kick.
Elbow drop with authority.
Look out, down he goes. And he might not get back up. And our truth evades that one. And then
got the reversal. Caught him with a big boot.
On the mark.
Kane sees the opportunity to go high.
Kane is just messing with his opponent now.
Look at this.
Clothesline.
When this guy's on, look out.
Kane. Is he done? Going for something else, it seems.
I suspect he knows something that we don't, Cole. Why else would he just let him out of that hole?
This is what makes him one of the best in the business. Daniel Bryan needs to get refocused. He just needs to breathe in and breathe out.
I don't think now is a good time for breathing exercises, Michael.
Yeah, Cole, get up there and hand Daniel a stress ball right now. We'll see if that helps.
Kofi Kingston is tagged in. Kofi Kingston sees the chance to go aerial.
Big time slam.
Vicious.
Here comes Daniel Bryan sending Kingston across the ring.
And Daniel Bryan looking to put Kofi Kingston away for the tag team titles. Kingston's in trouble.
The Chains are in peril. The big red machine making the long climb to the top rope.
I don't think Bryan wanted Kane to make the tag.
No, not at all. He felt like he was in control, and now Kane is heading up top.
It's just a matter of time till this team implodes. We know they can't stand each other.
Kofi Kingston.
Look at Bryan. Bryan is hanging onto the ankle of Kane.
Kingston.
Crash and burn.
And now Daniel Bryan. Shoved away by Kane.
This is hilarious.
Bryan with a shot to Kane.
What is happening?
And there's Kane off the top rope. Splash into a cover. New tag team champion.
Oh my God.
No way.
Yes way.
I cannot believe what we just saw.
WWE Tag Team Champions
Daniel Bryan. Who can't stand each other, but now they're tag team champions.
Kane can't believe it. Daniel Bryan is celebrating.
No amount of therapy could have prepared the WWE Universe for this. This is going to be a disaster.
Can you imagine Kane and Daniel Bryan as tag team champions?
You don't have to imagine it. It's a reality.
And it's weird.
I guess anger management worked, well, at least somewhat, right?
Team champions! I am the tag team champions! I am the tag
And look at this.
Can't even agree who the real champion is. What's both of them,
tag team champions! I am the tag team champions!
This is going to be interesting to watch. There's obviously no argument here. They both won the title.
They can't even enjoy the victory together.
Oh, no.
The Big Red Machine certainly not pleased with the situation, but he can call himself one half of the tag team champions.
Bah, j'ai de la reine et j'ai les deux adversaires en style. Ça c'est cool. J'arrive bien à faire tout d'un coup. Oh, c'est cool.
Like most tag teams, Kane and I eventually went our separate ways, and I returned to pursuing my goal of winning singles titles. I need to win the WWE Championship. It was around this time I had a series of matches with Randy Orton that would have a much greater effect on my career than I could
Oh non, pas lui.
I put a lot of pressure on myself during this because Randy was really the first real top guy that I had a rivalry with. If I could do well with Randy, that puts you even to another level. I felt I had a lot to prove, which led to some very hard-hitting and physical contests. I got pretty banged up, but I was determined to fight through it and not let it slow me down. So much so that I went on to face Randy Orton in a street fight rematch on Raw.
A sold-out Raw here in Charleston, South Carolina. Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton started tonight with a double disqualification, but they will settle things in the main event with a street fight.
Randy Orton called Daniel Bryan a weak link. Kane called Daniel Bryan a weak link. Bryan is here to prove that he is not a weak link.
Tall order as he faces 9-time WWE champion Randy Orton.
He's bringing it back inside the ring now. Oh, what an uppercut!
Le mettre dans le coin et le frapper. Donc, du coup, quand il s'est mis dans le coin, je dois pas le faire décompression, juste décompression.
Daniel Bryan has a major task ahead of him tonight. He's got to beat a man with just about every accolade on his resume in the form of Randy Orton.
Yeah, Corey, you're not kidding. Orton has held the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Championship. He's won the Royal Rumble and has been WWE Champion 9 times. This might be it. Oh, my.
We compared Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan's accolades before, and Daniel Bryan has a decent resume, too, as he's won Money in the Bank and has held the U.S. title, tag team titles, and the world title 1 time each.
That's just it, Cole. Bryan's had a taste of success. Orton's been feasting on it forever.
Daniel Bryan has been consumed with the idea that he's a weak link due to his performances in tag team competition as of late.
Well, Bryan tends to be consumed by just about every minor annoyance, but he did take the pin in 3 straight tag team championship losses to the Shield.
He wants to do this in the ring.
Bringing back up Daniel Bryan as a weak link. Note that he's not sorry he let Kane down when he cost Team Hell No the tag titles, or that he failed Randy Orton in their quest for the tag titles. Bryan's just thinking about himself here.
Look, Bryan may have faltered in those matches, but Bryan was also the guy who got Seth Rollins to tap out for the Shield's first ever 6-man tag team loss. He can obviously be a team player, but right now, Bryan is out to prove he's a single superstar. It's kind of a shame that Orton and Bryan are fighting tonight, and that they will also be brawling with Kane in the Money in the Bank match, since those 3 men are the only trio to pin or submit the Shield in a 6-man tag team match.
It's even more impressive when you consider the trios that fell to the Shield. At WrestleMania, Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show failed. On the Raw 2 weeks after WrestleMania, Team Hell No and The Undertaker couldn't do it. Last week, Team Hell No and Orton finally beat the Shield, and in 3 weeks, they'll be fighting each other for Money in the Bank.
Look at this!
Partners.
Lightning fast reflexes.
You two gentlemen mentioned Orton's bad luck with tag partners. After Big Show's betrayal, Sheamus and Orton couldn't get along. It's a minor miracle that Orton helped Team Hell No beat the Shield.
Needless to say, I don't think we'll be seeing Orton teaming up with anyone in that locker room for quite some time after tonight.
Là, il est très content. J'en remets pas. Là, il va le mettre dans le coin.
I don't believe it.
And that table can shorten careers, Michael.
This rivalry between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton has been simmering for weeks. It looks to violently explode during this street fight.
Bryan has been determined to show he can beat Orton. Last week on Raw, Randy Orton won the match via ref stoppage when Bryan injured his arm. Bryan got a count-out win 4 days later on SmackDown, but he wants a definitive win over the Viper here tonight.
We recounted Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton's matches as of late. We thought it would be settled in tonight's opening match, but they brawled to a double disqualification.
Well, you won't see a count-out, DQ, or an injury in this.
Attends. En dehors du ring, je fous vers le tablier. En dehors du ring.
Match. One of these guys is going to be pinned or submitted at the conclusion of this street fight.
Randy Orton has had rage issues, and Daniel Bryan is no stranger to anger management. Who has the advantage in a twisted match like this?
There's a world of difference between how Bryan and Orton process.
Randy Orton is getting boom, what impact!
Wow, what a gritty performance.
Down he goes.
That was impressive, Cole.
This one's getting ugly. You might want to turn away if you have a weak heart. You're not going to win many matches absorbing punishment like that.
Oh, and he reverses it. Here we go.
Here's his moment, Michael.
Now the old vicious head crank.
Look at the torque.
Drop kick. Oh, and he's taken off his feet.
I'll tell you, he can't afford...
Attends, en dehors du ring,
to be horizontal at this point in the match, Cole.
Looks like setting up for a suplex.
Looking to finish things off.
Table in play.
There's got to be some point in the match where those thoughts start to creep in that it could be over. And then you got to dig down deep. Get rid of the self-doubt and continue on toward victory.
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
There it is.
Did you hear that crack? Oh boy, he is rolling.
Randy Orton, no problem in getting out of that. Big time takedown right there.
This might just be it for him, Michael.
He's not in a good spot here, guys.
He simply needs to find a way to regroup.
Inside the ring now. Knocked him right off his feet.
Yeah, no kidding.
There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
Success breeds success, and he's definitely having some right now.
Non. Il a frappé de la table.
He doesn't want to do this outside the ring. Drop kick hits the mark. He goes down hard.
Yeah, he's not looking very good at this point, Cole.
Irish whip.
Harsh impact. Elbow finds its mark. Knocked off his feet.
Now that's a takedown.
Here he goes. Destroy your face.
Ça, c'était un RKO.
That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys. Oh, the yes lock is cinched in.
It's in. Locks in. What's Randy Orton going to do?
Will the Viper tap out?
Orton's in serious trouble.
Trying to drag himself to the ropes, but remember, the ropes aren't going to cause a break here.
Guys.
Because it's a street fight, and Orton with a kendo stick. Whoa!
Repeated strikes with a kendo stick. Orton wearing the weapon out on Daniel Bryan's body.
Just what the WWE's Apex Predator needs is a weapon.
It's all perfectly legal.
And you will find absolutely, oh my gosh, no remorse whatsoever from Randy Orton.
All the frustration inside the Viper bubbling over. Orton's like a man possessed. This won't end well.
He's got Bryan on the second rope. Randy Orton could be closing in on a victory. Oh, vintage Orton with a DDT.
I think that's the beginning of the end, gentlemen. Randy Orton seems to be preparing to go to that place.
Randy Orton is focused. Randy Orton could be closing in on victory.
Looking for the RKO. No.
Backslide by Bryan. Shoulders are down.
Oh.
Orton
kicks out. Oh, and a kick by Daniel Bryan, and now kendo stick in hand. And Bryan unloading on Orton.
Bryan returning the favor. The quick reversal there by Randy Orton.
Counter here.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Boom! Look out, there he goes.
Knocked right off his feet.
Not so fast. He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
He's looking, oh, nasty impact.
Victory is on the horizon.
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
Incredible.
There was a lot of force behind that one.
Daniel Bryan using the kendo stick for leverage. And Orton taps out. Randy Orton taps out.
What a win for Daniel Bryan.
Career-defining win for Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan with one of the biggest victories of his career.
And we knew it was going to be a physically grueling battle between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. And boy, did Bryan earn this.
Gotta give it up to him. Gotta give it up to Daniel Bryan.
Et voilà. 1 heure, putain. Je suis en live.
It is now time for me to tell you whom I've selected to compete against me
Non.
for the WWE Championship
Devant me battre encore
at
comme lui.
SummerSlam.
After my series of matches with Randy Orton, I really started gaining momentum, and both the WWE Universe and Superstars took notice.
Après, il y a McCannon,
One of those
mais il a
superstars was none other than
WWE.
my former Velocity opponent, John Cena.
I select Daniel Bryan.
We've both obviously come a long way since that match. But John was on another level.
John Cena is an 11th-time WWE Champion.
C'est très
This was my
fort.
chance to really prove I belonged in the main event picture on a major show like SummerSlam.
And the question is, for Daniel Bryan, tonight, will he become the next John Cena? Or the first Daniel Bryan?
We even had Triple H as our special guest referee. What could possibly go wrong?
Weeks of anticipation finally leads to this. The most polarizing individual in WWE history, John Cena, against a man with an incredible
Comment faire?
groundswell of support, Daniel Bryan. Will the 11-time WWE Champion retain his title, or will we enter the era of Bryan?
It's been a long time since we've seen someone be as hot.
Looking for the exclamation point. Looks like he has other...
Attends.
fans here.
I think he was just looking to soften him up a little here.
It's no secret that Mr. McMahon doesn't care much for John Cena, but he really would hate to see Daniel Bryan become champion. I mean, Mr. McMahon has even tried to give Daniel Bryan a makeover.
Now, you can put a suit and tie on a goat, but it still looks like a goat pole.
Vicious strike. Snapmare.
And the rolling neck snap. Picking up on Mr. McMahon's opinion of Daniel Bryan, I do see where the chairman of the board's coming from. Daniel Bryan isn't the most well-kept superstar. He's a bit grungy. John Cena at least fits the prototype of a WWE champion a little bit more.
I think Daniel Bryan knows he doesn't have the look. He's not going to be starring in movies or be on a cereal box, but Daniel Bryan is a wrestler. That's who the WWE Universe wants as their champion.
We have to credit John Cena for handpicking Daniel Bryan for this opportunity tonight. Cena respecting Daniel as an athlete and competitor. He says Bryan is going to put up one hell of a fight tonight.
Look, let me decipher.
He might have it.
That big elbow pad Cena sporting could become a target.
Daniel Bryan's a submission specialist. You know he's game plan for that elbow.
Something we'll have to keep an eye on. That's how you use the ropes to your advantage. What's this? You gotta believe this one's over. John Cena with the early cover. Easily kicks out of that one.
Gonna take more than that.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Beautiful technique.
Oh man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron.
These two competed against each other 10 years ago on an episode of WWE Velocity, in a time before John Cena brought us into an era of ruthless aggression.
10 years is a very long time, Michael, and Daniel and John have been on a distinctively different path since that night.
Whoa, this is surprising, Byron.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why he would let him out right there.
Byron said these two have been on different journeys since they first met, Corey. Daniel Bryan believes this path has given him a deeper love for our sport.
Well, in Daniel's opinion, if John Cena were fired tomorrow, he'd go back to his mansion and his multi-million-dollar lifestyle and never wrestle again. If Daniel Bryan gets fired, and it has happened, if Bryan gets fired, you'll see him in every armory, every gymnasium that's filled with 30 people and a wrestling ring, because Daniel Bryan loves wrestling.
Look out, there he goes.
Knocked right off his feet.
Guys, there's a stark difference in the accolades between Daniel Bryan and John Cena. Bryan's never held the WWE Championship, while John Cena has held it 11 times.
Daniel Bryan argues that John can't possibly be able to understand what he's feeling. How could Cena understand the hunger, understand the desire Daniel has to hold the WWE Championship just once?
I don't like the look in his eye here, folks.
Again, guys, John Cena is an 11-time WWE champion. Daniel Bryan just wants it once. He wants to be the WWE champion for one reason, and it's not for the fame or the glory. It's so everybody would know that whenever he steps foot in the ring, there is nobody better than him.
In Daniel Bryan's eyes, this is the biggest match of his life. While for John Cena, this is just another SummerSlam. It's hunger versus content.
Cover here. He's a long way from a 3 count, I can tell you that.
Big match John is not going to go down that easily.
I need to describe to you guys Daniel Bryan's disapproval of John Cena. Calling John Cena a parody, Daniel Bryan doesn't approve of John's look or how he acts. Calls John Cena an entertainer, not a wrestler.
Yeah, but Bryan's not the first guy to say John Cena's what's wrong with wrestling. To say, we've had enough of the 5 moves of doom. Daniel Bryan isn't the first, and he won't be the last to want to put Cena out of the picture.
Cena would win a power game against Daniel, there's no doubt.
Wow, I thought he was a goner. Oh boy, he is rolling.
Too quick for him there. He goes down hard.
Yeah, he's not looking very good at this point, Cole.
Look out, down he goes.
And he might not get back up.
Takes him down hard.
You gotta love that kind of aggression.
Schoolboy! Oh, the reversal by John Cena. What a strike. Dodges a bullet there.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Oh, he turns it around. Knocked him right off his feet.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh boy, he is rolling.
He's going for it all. Incoming.
Look out, look out. This could be it. Oh, boy, he is rolling. That'll rock you. That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
You can't teach that type of talent.
He's fighting. John Cena is measuring. Ooh, John Cena may have it.
Focused attack on the back.
And he goes for the pin. 2. He hasn't done nearly enough to get the pin yet.
Wow, what a display of heart and determination.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Look out, John Cena is...
Oh! Are we looking at yet another John Cena victory here? Yeah, but can John Cena take advantage now?
He's firing on all cylinders.
Oh boy, he is...
Ça. Comment on fait un... Front face lock. Donc je dois appuyer.
Wow.
Là c'était contre bonus.
Here it comes.
Not again.
Yes! You can't see me.
Five-knuckle shuffle.
Are we looking at yet another John Cena victory here? But can John Cena capitalize?
Slam with authority. And will this be it?
Yes. And he got a near fall out of it.
He can withstand a lot more punishment, I can promise you that.
Showing some quickness there.
And look at the quickness by Cena.
He's making a statement here with this attack. Chin-breaking uppercut. Oh, what a clothesline.
Forcefully delivered.
Both these superstars appear to be operating on fumes here, guys. Dropped, and that was a hard shot, Corey.
Yeah, you might want to think about throwing in the towel at this point.
I think we know what this is. He looks to be losing a bit of leverage here.
Look out, he breaks.
Attends.
It's free.
Great job by him there, but he's still in a tough spot, Cole.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
You must pay extra close attention. Cena's in trouble now. Cena's now showing signs of fatigue. John Cena being pressed hard. You must pay extra close attention. Cena's in trouble now.
Shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. John Cena does it again. John Cena out-wrestled Daniel Bryan.
Here's a...